Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Owlbear Odysseys. This is Heartwood Heist. Everyone, say hello.
Hello.
Good evening. Hi there.
Session 7, baby.
Session 7. I'm Marshal Maiwald. I'm the DM for Heartwood Heist. And Shane, kick us off with that quick intro sequence. And we're back. So, to give a quick recap of what happened last session, a lot happened. It was absolute quackers. We had a lot of geese not a lot of geese, mainly skull
The
encounters.
singular goose encounter.
2 geese. There was 2.
But
A
it was
big
one
one.
encounter.
Yeah, it was two
Okay.
geese, but what, 4 heads? Were there 6? I don't remember.
There were 3 heads on the big one and 1 head on the other one.
Okay, 1 encounter, 2 geese, 4 heads. There we go.
And a
Correct.
partridge in a
Oh.
pear tree.
And a total of, I forget how many skulls, I think at least 7 or 8 skulls that all do various things. Fun stuff. And we had a quick little intro into some new information about the creator of the Fey Council building. And that is where we left off with the players jumping a caravan of people taking Fizz to the Tipplewinks building. And they are making a hastily escape with a dimension door, a fireball steam attack, and a nice good uppercut. And just straight up bolting. So we'll pick off from right there. What are you all doing? That was the surprise round. Is anyone else doing anything before I have you all roll initiative?
I mean, I was about to ask, what else if the surprise round is over, what else will you allow us to do before initiative begins?
If you have any other action, bonus actions, or anything else, I don't know if anyone does. I know Jeff does not. I know Haukin doesn't.
Right.
Does Dawn or Glint or Beef?
I don't think I do.
Well, I'm the
Okay.
one who did actually nothing in the last one. Everybody else
Okay.
did a lot of things, but I had nothing to do. Unfortunately, I think I still don't really have anything to do. Because we're, 400 feet away?
500.
Because of good old Dimension... 500, my bad.
100?
We love good old Dimension Door. I am too far away to accomplish anything. Not that I had anything to accomplish in the first place, so...
Okay, so this is going to be a good old chase encounter to see if the enemy can actually catch up. And everyone, roll initiative. And the way we're going to go and do it is we're going to do a group initiative. So all of you roll and we'll take the highest out of all of you.
Oh, okay.
That's an 18, my guy.
18.
I got a dirty 20.
Oh, nice. Oh, Glint and I both got 12s.
Okay,
12 a room.
so 12's 18 and a 20. So with that 20, you all win the roll for that initiative. So you all are all going first. We will start it off with y'all's group. What are you all doing? Who's acting first in y'all's group?
Well, in our group, we should probably follow the same initiative. So, Don wants to.
Again, Glint and I are 500 feet away. I don't think I have anything with that kind of range. So I have nothing to do except continue on and away. So, but maybe
Okay.
Glint has something to do. Do you have something
mean,
to do?
I could do it again.
if you
don't
want
want to see
to.
me do it again.
I'm good. I'd say Glint would probably wait to see, like, let everyone else go first.
Okay.
Yeah, we
'Cause
we
if
can
so-
just
that
we
way-
can just stand there and kind of let the monks get a little closer before we also start running again.
Yeah, I'm just
Okay.
running 150 feet. That's
Got
all
it.
I'm doing. I am dashing as action, dashing as bonus action.
Yeah, similarly, I'm going to use my feline agility to double my speed, and then I'm going to dash and just make it as far as I can, because the dimensional door has outpaced my very cat-like reflexes here.
Yep. You won't be able to do feline agility because you have to stay still for a whole turn.
That's true. I was moving last round. Okay.
But you do have your action, bonus action, and normal movement if you want to double dash and do your normal movement. That's for both of you. Are you
Yes.
just moving? Is that what you're doing,
Yeah,
JT?
I want to.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
I dash as my action. You step of the wind dash as my bonus action. I've run 150
Okay.
feet this round.
Got it? Jeez. And I believe that's also the same thing for you, Jeff.
I don't have
Right,
step of the wind. I don't think. Oh wait, yeah, I do. So I can use a key point to take the dash action as a bonus. So move, dash, and then bonus dash. So yeah, that'll be
That
my
is
move.
150 for you as well.
Okay.
So you are currently a little bit further than Beef. You're 350 feet. That's 150 feet behind behind Glint and Dawn, and then Beef. You are currently you got, I believe, 40 feet last time, so you're 190 feet further. That means you're a good bit away. 310 feet away.
Sure. How dare
Okay.
you expect me to do math tonight?
On a Saturday.
Okay, so 310 feet away for Beef, 150 feet away for Haukin, Glint, and Dawn. What are you doing with that? Seeing them running at you.
Hell Mel.
I think we started this turn first. We said we're kind of just waiting for them to get closer.
Okay,
We're not doing
so y'all are
anything.
just going to continue waiting. Y'all are not going to do anything.
We'll probably just use the turns it takes for all of us to be together. If I'm understanding the intention correct.
If something happens and something like catches up to them, then we'll like react to that and we'll probably like go closer or whatever. But there's nothing that we need to do while we're 500 feet away. We're not going to get closer, but we also don't want to get further in case they do need us.
The whole pack tries to. They all move as far as they can. The ones that are the furthest are the two geese. The the three-headed goose is 80 feet away from Beef, the one in the furthest back, and then why am I blanking on her name?
Laura
Piper
Dreyfus.
Pipes, Venora Pipes. What did you say, JT?
Laura Dreyfus.
Dreyfus.
The
Oh,
actress
Fizz.
who plays
Seinfeld? No, that's Julia.
No, the actress
What
who
is
plays Zoe Murphy on the Broadway show Dear Evan Hansen.
Okay, yeah, I
Oh.
would never have known that.
It was not a reference for anyone but me.
Okay, Venora Pipes. She gets a little bit further than the goose, the three-headed goose, as you see her teleport and do some crazy flourishes while dashing. Good old dance moves, and she is only 60 feet away from Beef. That is all of their turns. What are y'all doing again? Is it Beef and Haukin going again?
Second verse, same as the first. A little bit louder and a little bit worse.
Marshall, we're downtown, but like, is there still? I mean, it's still the Feywild. Is there still like trees and stuff? Is there a park? Is it like full on metropolitan, like skyscrapers and whatnot?
So you all are y'all were very close to the Tipplewinks. So y'all are like currently in the middle of a bunch of y'all are in the street full of buildings. There are some small parks, not a lot, but there are trees on at least a tree or two on sidewalks and stuff to still give some green everywhere. But there's always vines and other shrubbery throughout the buildings, and some of the buildings are purely made from wood, or some buildings are actually just the base of a tree even.
Okay. I mean, I think the monks are gonna outpace the bad guys, but if not, I was thinking about casting Wrath of Nature. But I'll keep that spell if I don't need to cast it. So.
Yeah.
Okay.
So we're dashing toward Dawn and Glint, but when we get there, we've got Fizz, and we eventually need to get back to his brother's shop. But I suspect going directly there is probably not ideal. So I don't know. As Haukin's running, he's also thinking about trying to, find a less direct route to be able to get there. Maybe throw our pursuers off. So
Yeah.
I've been living in the city for a while. I'm just wondering how well I might be able to kind of on the fly while I'm running think about what route to take in order to make sure that we're headed back toward Tink's shop, but not going directly there.
Once you
That's
guys
exactly.
once you guys catch up, I can cast Pass Without Trace, and then we won't be able to be tracked except by magical means.
Okay.
So
That's it.
theoretically, Marshall, it should take 3 turns for us to catch up because my maximum speed is 150 and I'm 310 feet away. Could I
Yeah.
make like an athletics check to get a burst of energy that lasts 10 feet and cover it within the previous 2 turns?
So in the prior two, to be able to move a little bit further.
Yeah, basically to up my maximum movement speed in a turn from 150 to 155 for 2 turns,
Yeah.
or 160 for 1 turn.
Yeah, so right now I was about to go into it. This is a chase combat, so I'm wanting y'all to be able to use your skills or magical means or whatever other things that y'all can do to get away, and each check and other things like that you do is a success and be able to get away from these people. So if you want, yeah, you could do athletics, constitution, whatever you feel like could work for your character, but once you use it, you cannot use it again to be able to get a successful a success to get away from this group.
Okay. I wish I had thought to rage beforehand. There was never a good time to do so, but it would have helped. But I'll make an athletics check now.
Okay.
That is a 22.
22. That is a success towards that, and you are able to move a lot further, catching up to Glint and Dawn. And then with what you asked earlier, Haukin, about if you are able to navigate through the concrete jungle, more of a wild nature concrete jungle terrain, because how much you explore, you can give me a check based off of what you think would work best for that, and give me a reason why.
So let's go with let's go with deception, and here's my reason. I think that we're being pursued by a group of people that are pretty adept and probably know the city, just as well, because they're residents and probably if they're headed to the Tipplewinks, maybe denizens of some of the back alleys and streets. So we're probably not going to be able just to be more knowledgeable than they are necessarily. So I'm trying to figure out, if I head a certain direction, that might be something they would expect, but really kind of deceive them because, double back or jump up in a tree and wait for them to pass by. There's some deceptive way that we can either split them up or slow them down or do something. So that's where my brain's going.
Okay. Are you proficient in deception?
What do I have? I got a +3, so deception. Yeah, I am actually.
Okay. You can give me I'm gonna make this a different not charisma. I'm gonna make it your choice, a dex or a strength based deception check.
You're asking a monk if I want to use dex or strength?
Yeah.
That's fair.
Let's go dex.
Well, there are some monks that go strength.
I was gonna say, in fairness, as a monk, I would have gone strength. But
Yeah.
you're right 9
You're
times
also
out of
barbarian.
10.
Well, to be fair,
yeah.
you would be going strength as a barbarian. You are a monk,
Right.
but you'd be going strength as a barbarian.
I have
You
more
get what I'm
monk
saying.
levels than barb levels, but yeah.
All right, so my dex bonus is +8, and I rolled a 12, so that's a dirty 20.
Dirty 20. That is also a success, as
Alright.
you are jumping between the alleyways, hopping over buildings, and getting further as far as you can. Glint and or Dawn, are you wanting to do anything skill check wise to be able to help them?
So, did they catch up, or is there another round before they do that?
There is another round before they are both fully there. I did say Beef was there. He is a little bit out of the way.
Okay.
Wait, am I a little bit out of the way, or am I halfway there?
You're more than halfway there. You are about 100 feet from them.
If I would, okay.
Sorry, I
Would-
wasn't clear.
are he and Haukin the same distance, or is Haukin closer?
Haukin is also the same distance because of his deception moves.
Okay. If on this turn, it's wonky because we're taking our turns together. If on this turn I prepared to cast Pass Without Trace, could I do that when they get within range and then still have my action on the next turn? Because I would have been preparing for it this turn. If we were in normal combat order, say it's my turn, they're both 100 feet away. I prepare the action. I'm going to cast Pass Without Trace once they are both within 60 feet of me. Their turns pass, and on the second one of their turns, I cast it, and then my turn would come, and I would have another action for that round of combat. What messes it up is that we're doing the group thing.
I'm good with it.
Okay, then I do that.
Okay.
Corn dogs.
Then, so you're preparing Pass Without Trace, and what are you doing, Glint?
Glint would using the same logic, would like to prepare to cast Darkness. So the moment they pass, once they're within 60 feet, he's gonna drop Darkness 30 feet behind them on the street, so they will not see which direction we go.
Okay.
Marshall.
Yeah.
May I,
Marshall, using
please...
that same logic. I'm just kidding.
Well, no, I'm just asking about something that I should have done last turn. May I have, after using Step of the Wind, may I have also used my Wings Unfurled ability, which is not like a bonus action or anything. It's just when you use Step of the Wind, you can also use this to give myself a flying speed.
Yes, you can do that.
Okay, so I'm at this point. I'm still on the ground, but imagine I'm flying low.
Oh, who is that? That's like a Mario move when he has his
The
little
Tanuki
Tanuki
suit,
hat,
right?
and he's just like,
Yeah.
yeah,
Well,
okay,
basically what I want to do, because these are like spectral wings, what I would like to do is, well, I guess I don't know that Glint is casting darkness, but basically I'm wanting them to not know that I have wings until the moment that I take off. So like
okay,
I'm basically making it look like I'm still running, but my feet are not touching the ground.
okay. Make this isn't gonna be a part of the success, but I'm gonna have you make either performance or deception check.
Hmm.
You're about to pick up a new nickname. You're going to be the Flying Lion.
Well, those are both a +0. So can I convince you to make it an animal handling check since I am an animal?
No.
Okay. I'll just go with
Ah,
performance because that is more beef than deception. That's a 10.
okay.
But we also there is a good distance at this point.
Oh yeah, I know. I'm accounting for that. You are. You
Okay.
said you're doing performance though.
Correct.
Okay. You are just zooming. It looks like full on like good old Chuck Norris tall tale. When you are running, it's actually just the earth moving, and you are just standing still, and you're just going. It's like when you're moving a treadmill when it's not actually on, but that's what you are doing while running.
Gotcha.
That's what it looks like right now.
Well,
Um,
that's all, sir.
okay, they will attempt to. Jeez. I am rolling terribly. I've not gotten anything above a 10.
This
Okay.
this doesn't sound good for later.
The next
Okay.
combat's
This
going
was-
to be 4 nat 20s in a row.
Ours is actually rolling all nat 20s, but he's banking them.
Are you banking luck?
As the DM, he has a portent-like ability, but it's not just like 3 rolls per session or something. It's the first 3 nat 20s he gets. He saves those and re-rolls that roll.
He can make it a 10 and have that nat 20 whenever he needs it later.
There you go. He uses a
Oh
clockwork
my.
amulet for that one. But
Yep.
keeps the nat 20.
Okay. Jeez. Okay. So that's their turn. They try to catch up as fast as possible. Some of them get confused by Haukin's movement, and some of them run down alleys, and you don't see any of them anymore. They just are like, "Where are they? Where is he?" And then the other one's trying to keep up with Beef. Some of them trip and
Good
just
luck.
fall on their face as they're trying to follow the treadmill world, and they can't keep up with Beef's movement. And it's back to y'all's turn. I assume Beef and Haukin are doing their good old dashy dashes.
Indeed.
Yeah, I mean this would be the round that we catch up, I believe.
Yeah.
Okay.
So this would be the round that as they catch up, last rounds, Pass Without Trace and Darkness both go off, and then I use my action to wild shape into a giant eagle, and
After the darkness.
yeah, and offer my back for Glint to get on,
Okay.
and then I go
So,
fly 80 feet away.
So I want to check and see, Beef and Haukin, are you doing any of your checks before or after the Pass Without Trace and or Darkness?
Any
I'm
checks
just
for-
running.
Yeah, we're close
Okay,
enough.
you're
to-
just running.
Yeah, we're just
Y'all are
heading
just
to them.
running. Okay. Then
Once the darkness goes up, then I will have something to do, but right now I'm just running.
okay, y'all both just run, and y'all get right after the darkness. It winds up right behind y'all. Pass Without Trace activates. What are all of you doing? We'll start with Glint.
So now that we're all within 30 feet of each other, Glint's going to activate his Scribe's Wizard. Called again.
I also note this is after Giant Eagle has already happened too.
Caw?
Yes.
So eat it, Eagle.
The thing that I love the most about the Giant Eagle stat block is that Giant Eagles speak the languages. They speak Giant Eagle. So apparently Giant Eagle is a language.
Marshall, can I start learning Giant Eagle?
Also
Alongside
understand
Leonin.
but
Alongside Leonin in sign language.
By accident, when you were getting all of the books from the library, you accidentally picked up a Giant Eagle, a translation book.
Nice.
Yes, Glint?
So, darkness is up, so I'm using my Scribe Wizard's ability to instantly cast a ritual spell.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And I'm casting I want to make sure I get the name right. Rary's Telepathic Bond.
Okay. On everyone here?
Yeah, on each of us.
The wild shaped among us appreciate it.
Yeah.
Are you also doing that to Fizz?
Yeah, I'll do it to Fizz too, since he may need to communicate with us.
Okay.
Has he just been peacefully dangling in Beef's arms so far?
He has been shocked by the movement. He's just like...
He's probably got some whiplash. I mean, I feel like...
It's been 45 seconds, right? I mean, this is just a couple of rounds.
Yeah. I haven't done the math, but at some point there may have been a sonic boom from Beef breaking the sound barrier. Not sure. I haven't done the math.
And also, only 18 seconds have passed, and this is just like hands in the air while like, what? But his neck is just like all the way in the back, and his hair is just like flying.
Hey, Tink, we're back. We got your brother. He died on the way, but we got him. Watch out for that whiplash.
It is just kind of now clicking to me that I have a sentient creature with me as I'm doing all this. And so, like, the past half minute has been wild.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So Glint, you are casting
Rary's Telepathic Bond. So as soon as it goes off, our minds are all linked. And so we can communicate. As long as we're on the same plane, we can communicate with each other for the next hour.
Nice.
There go my plans.
So, and then he gets up on Giant Eagle Dawn's back.
Okay.
And just like hugs it really tight. He's like scared. Like, I don't know what to do next. Let's go. Can we leave, please?
Is Dawn doing any check before?
No, I mean I wild shaped as an action, and then I'm just flying at 80 feet.
Okay.
On
then
subsequent turns, I can go 160. So.
Okay. Then, Beef, what were you wanting to do?
As soon as the darkness goes up, I shoot up, and I'm like finding a hiding place. I'm wanting to go somewhere where, like, with the aid of the darkness, I'm wanting to get distance and a place to hide.
Okay.
And since I can now fly, I can hide like atop a building.
Okay, then. So you're moving as far as you can right after the darkness, shooting straight up and hiding.
I mean, not straight up, but like as soon as the darkness goes up, I am no longer giving the illusion that I'm running. I just take off and I'm trying to find a good hiding place.
Okay. And then what about Haukin?
All right, so I had a similar thought, but without wings, I'm going to have to rely on my my newfound ability to run on vertical surfaces. So I too am going to go high. Just more Quicksilver dashing up or Flash dashing up the side of a building. So getting off the street level, and And with his awareness that we're all now telepathically linked, I'm like closing all my mental browser tabs and erasing my mental browser history. And so we're telepathically linked. But I'm like, all right, so what are we doing? Are we like scattering? Or we're going to meet back at Tink's? What's the plan?
I think we should scatter for now and adjourn somewhere else later. No, wait. Adjourn is when you leave.
Right.
Adjourn is leaving.
Rejourn somewhere else later.
Rendezvous.
Sure.
Okay.
I think there's a brief calling before I go. Oh wait, this is mental. I can speak normally. That works.
Okay. So you are all separating in different areas, minus Glint and Dawn, because Glint is on top of Giant Eagle Dawn.
I believe she
And-
has been dubbed the dongle.
The dongle. Okay.
I shared that in the chat because I didn't know if it was appropriate, but it's known publicly now. The dongle.
Well, we've made
dongle.
we've made a name for every form Dawn's taken so far. So I think we may have already said this
True.
when I turned into a giant eagle before.
You might
Whether
have.
we did or we
I
didn't.
think we said it right out of the library.
I
It's
am
canon
officially
now.
dongle.
So the dongle and Glint are flying off. Haukin running up a wall, and Beef flying off somewhere to hide. I want all of you to give me a stealth check with the +10 of Pass Without Trace.
Hey, Marshall.
Oh, you also all get advantage because the darkness.
I was gonna ask. It's like I know that this is a little much, but
All right. So with advantage, I rolled a 26.
I got a dirty 20.
21.
I also got a 26.
Okay.
I do just want it to be known canonically that Beef has never flown before and does not know how he did it. It's kind of like he has no explanation for the fact that he can punch fire. He just knows he can. This is completely new to Beef. He just like believed hard enough.
I mean,
Okay.
it's kind of like it's like Beef is Neo, and it's just like you can just control the Matrix at will in these specific ways.
Yeah.
Okay. You all scatter, having Rary's telepathic bond connecting you, so you all can still speak. You all assume you are completely hidden. What are all of you doing? And you are out of combat.
Okay.
For now.
Hey, who's got a song stuck in their head? I can hear it. There's someone's got a tab playing music somewhere.
I'm sorry. It
can't
calms
be.
me down.
To say I'm incredibly good at emptying my mind. It's not super difficult, but I'm really good at it.
So which direction were we running when we? Because I had in my head that we were running west.
You all were running west, directly from the Tipplewinks location, from right here.
Right. Okay. All right. So
And so you all were heading westward, following this road. There's a road that leads directly to this train station.
All right.
I think for Beef. Now, granted, my flying speed only lasts until the end of the turn, I believe. Yeah. So, like, once Beef feels confident, like, I'm gonna wait and see if it's the Tipplewinks that we evaded, right?
Yes.
Yeah. I thought so.
The
I just
only
wanted
things with your second turn, the only two things that were actually keeping up with you was the three-headed goose and Venora pipes.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna wait and ensure that I feel safe to do so. Like, basically, I want them to be packed. I want them to have like gotten through the darkness and be gone.
Okay, so you're wanting to look at like near the darkness.
I'm waiting.
Okay.
I want to give
Go
them a
ahead.
false sense of security.
Go ahead and give me a perception check.
Okay. Do I get anything to it?
How close are you hiding to the darkness?
I mean,
And how high? Would you be at the very top, the highest building you can go to?
no,
What would you be doing?
not necessarily. Just like a place that I think is well hidden. I don't have a street layout, so I can't give you an exact. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not trying to get. I'm prioritizing the quality of the hiding place over the distance.
Okay.
Um,
I'm gonna go ahead and give me a luck check. Straight luck.
17.
Okay, that's good.
Didn't expect
There was one of those buildings that had the building is a tree, a giant tree, and you're able to hide in all of the leaves that are just overlooking this area.
Cool. And again, like, I tried very hard to ensure that they don't know I can fly.
Yeah.
Because I didn't know it. Basically, what I'm going to do is once I feel safe, Beef is going to jump out of the tree, use my reaction to slow fall, and I am going to book it to the gem. And I'm going to try to take, because that's on Yagaba as well. I'm going to try to take back roads. I'm carrying a person, so there's
you should
no
probably
real way.
talk to him at some point. Just by the way.
That's fair. I basically
You'll
I just
haven't
wanna tell
attempted
him-
to speak to him. He's just like, whoa.
You're right. While I'm up in the tree, I just want to tell him like, "Hey, I'm a friend of Tink. We're trying to help you out here. I have a gym near here. If you'll just go with me for a little bit, I'll explain everything once we get there. But we can't draw attention to ourselves."
You also have Rary's telepathic bond with him too.
I'm saying that all
The song-
telepathically, but I am still doing the motions as I talk.
The song that was playing was from Fizz. Fizz is singing multiple songs while he's just like.
There's gnome bottom girls. But I'm
they
just
make the rockin' world go around.
Okay.
but yeah. I'm just so
I'll be
maybe
quiet.
you know what? Once I'm gonna give him a piggyback ride to the gym if he's down with that.
You have to break his bindings.
Okay, I
Which
do it.
you could definitely do. You just claw.
As I'm like motioning, talking to him, I just knock the bindings and they break.
And he's like,
No, if you want me to make a check,
Oh.
I will.
no, there's no check. You
Okay.
have claws.
Yeah. So I'm.
I
guess,
okay,
however, he is most like least emasculated by being carried, because like I'm faster than him. No doubt about it.
100%.
So like, let me carry you to the gym, and then we'll talk. We'll get everything squared away.
Puppies.
Okay, I don't care for that, but all right, I'm carrying him like a baby then. And I'm gonna jump out of the tree, slow fall. I do imagine my slow fall is just like another spectral wing beat that slows me, and then as soon as I hit the ground, I'm off.
I was honestly picturing your mane just poofing out.
That's much funnier, but I do prefer mine because it's cooler.
Okay. As you're falling, slow falling, he's doing the motions of "we," and everyone hears in your head.
That's funny.
And give me another stealth check as you slow fall.
Okay. Do I still have the benefits of Pass Without Trace and Darkness? I guess not Darkness,
You
since they're
do not the
Pass.
darkness anymore. You do have the pass without trace still, so you still have the +10. I believe pass without trace lasts an hour. Or is it
You know what?
24?
It's an hour.
Real quick.
It might actually only work while people are within 30 feet of me.
Oh, okay. I was about to check with that.
This doesn't make a difference, but my previous stealth check was actually a 22. I just realized.
Okay. So you don't have pass
Yeah.
without trace.
Yep, you're right. All right, well,
Would
we're
you
just
have
I
gonna.
expected us
would
to
you have-
leave as a group, and we didn't.
Would you have followed them, knowing that? Would either of you have would both of you have followed them, knowing
No,
that?
I've got a different idea that I'm gonna run with here in a bit. So
Yeah,
No, I do
Glint
still
and I
think
will still
splitting
get
up
it, so
is the
it's
best
fine.
option.
Oh, I forgot
Okay.
to add the +10, so my 22 would have been my 21 would have been at 31.
My
Jeez.
stealth check is still a 15.
Okay. Uh. As you're slow falling, where are you trying to slow fall to? You're trying to like go into like back alleys, right?
Yeah.
Okay. As you are falling, you see one of the guys that Haukin lost in one of those back alleys and points up at you. As
He
you're
said,
slowly falling.
He said, shoot.
He said, "You!" And you
Is
see
there
him
only-
like ready to. It's only one guy by himself.
I feel bad for that guy.
Roll
He's gonna
initiative.
die.
Roll
Yeah.
initiative real quick.
I'm okay.
this is like death from above. It's a
My
slow fall
initiative
death
is a
from above.
15.
Okay,
like,
he is.
I'm not a. I don't like violence, but
He is going to get an attack on you first.
okay.
Uh,
Make it a good one, bud.
that's so.
He's gonna use one of those banked 20s.
You just see a black mote of fire fly at you, and like not actually fly at you. Right as he points, saying "you," it just you see nothing, and then right as it hits you, black fire, and you take. Where'd the other D10 go? 11 points of fire damage.
Okay.
That's his turn.
Here's the thing. Marshall, how confident do I feel that I could dispatch this guy in one turn?
You can give me an investigation check, or
I don't-
insight to figure out, or medicine. Investigation.
No, insight's
insight
the
or medicine.
best. Insight's my best.
Okay. About how well
That's a
you could take it.
23. Ooh, I feel like that 18 could have gone to better use elsewhere.
He seems like he's not that tanky, but he can dish out a lot of damage.
Okay. I am going to basically I want to land and immediately like when I see him, I'm going to move Fizz onto my shoulders and I want to land and grapple him.
Okay. Are you just falling on top of him, or are you still slow falling onto him?
Well, I mean, slow fall, I don't think is necessarily an ability that I can turn off once I've used it. I should say the wording of slow fall is that I can use a reaction to reduce the falling damage I take by 30. Or by whatever it is, but
By 50, I
for
think.
me it's specifically 30.
Oh, okay. So
like wording wise, I could kind of just fall.
I'm gonna
I know
roll
it's
to see how high up you are real quick. Okay. So you were 100 feet in the air. And that would be 10d6. And you said you're falling on top of him?
Yeah, once I see him, I'm gonna move Fizz and position myself to fall right onto him and grapple him.
How much damage does 200 pounds of lean beef falling on you create?
A lot of psychic damage.
So you can reduce it by 30 damage, right?
And you said it's going to be 60-10, so I'm taking 60.
66. My bad. It's
66. Okay, so I'm taking 36.
It's
'Cause I
100
know
feet, and you
Marshall.
take a d6 per 10 feet. So that's yeah. 10d6. That's what I meant. You take it's 37 damage.
Okay, I'll take 7 damage.
You only take 7. He takes 37 damage as you fall on him.
Does he die?
He dies instantly.
Well, I don't want to kill him is the thing.
Okay, you're not trying to kill him.
I'm trying desperately not to kill. So
Okay.
can I make
You
it
are
non-lethal damage as I fall on him? Like use the momentum to get him in a grapple and like bend his arm back in a way that hurts.
You are able to fully knock him out with the fall and not kill him instantly.
Okay. Cool.
He's unconscious as you fall on top of him with the 200 plus pounds of Leonin pride.
Cool. Then I'm just going to apologize and take off.
Take off. As you are taking off, we will cut back to Haukin. Haukin, what are you doing?
All right. So, like I said, I had in my head that we were scattering, and so I'm gonna head north across the bridge into the Fakric. Is that how you say it? Fakric?
Oh, Fesric?
Fesric. There we go.
Fesric? Yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
you're so this is you have to go up and you're going to be crossing tracks.
Mm-hmm.
You're very visible crossing that. That's not a bridge. It's train tracks.
Okay. So presuming that we lost everybody with the darkness and the pass without trace, I'm going to risk it to worst case scenario, if somebody does spot me and they follow me, then I will be pulling some of the heat away from the rest of the group.
Okay. Go ahead and give me a stealth check without the +10.
Stealthy. All right, let's see.
Stealthy, stealth.
So there it is. So without the extra stuff, I rolled a 10 stealth.
A 10 in total?
10 in total. Unless I can add some inspiration to bump it up a little bit, because I still have some inspiration that you gave us a while ago that I never used.
Yeah, y'all can use inspiration whenever you want. You can use it to roll again, or you can. So you can either roll again.
Or
Actually, How do I? Actually, no. Yeah, for skill checks, if you're using them for skill checks, they can be. Do I want that to be a flat thing?
I
do
don't know, bud.
Let that happen.
I know if the 10 succeeded first before I use the inspiration? Or do I have to use it regardless?
You would have to use it. No, you would know that. That would fail. Not fail. It's not a good stealth check, but you did have good stealth checks beforehand. It's not good though because you're just walking in a very visible area. Using inspiration for skill checks, not combat, are auto successes.
Well, there we go.
Or you can roll to try to get a nat 20 for further success.
I'll take the auto success.
Okay. So auto success, you are crossing the train tracks into Fesric, and you are able to get across. Actually, no, there is bombing right there, so you do have to try and cross a just huge gap. You could dive into the water and swim if you want.
You tell a tabaxi monk that he has to do something mobility related?
If I can jump over the gap instead of diving into the water, I think I'd rather do that.
Go ahead and give me an athletics check.
Athletics.
You are just trying to leap across. Actually,
Yes.
you also have the feline agility. If you want to use all of like your movement capabilities minus like a key point, you would be able to do it with advantage too.
That's great because my athletics check was a 7. So let's do that one more time. Much better. All right, that one's 16.
Okay, 16. You are able to leap across and grab onto the other side and pull yourself up and get into the face rick area. And you are over there by yourself right now. Is there anything you're wanting to do before I swap over to someone else?
Yeah, I everything's happened so quickly. I've not taken my usual meditation time to study because it's all happening so quickly. Beef ran into the crowd and jumped, and then suddenly you were using fireballs, and we got geese chasing us, and we're darkness and madness. It's all happening. So, I want to take just a second to look at the sword that I picked up from that after Tink messed with it a little bit because it seems to be quite I don't know, it's giving off some sort of something that's catching my attention, and I want to take, if I have a moment, now that I've kind of thrown off my pursuers, just to go ahead and examine a little bit more.
You're trying to examine the sword?
Yes.
What exactly are you trying to examine about it?
Well, it's not the same sword I gave away. Tink did something to it besides imbuing it with iron, and I can't quite figure out what. But it's just like I don't know. I'm sensing that there's something special about it that I can't quite place.
You know all of its abilities. That is something uh, Tink would have told you about before, and how deadly it is to anyone who is Fey.
Okay. All right.
Are you trying to ascertain other things about it?
No, but
or were you trying to understand the abilities?
So quite honestly, as a monk, I don't generally use if I do use a weapon, it's usually a staff or something, and so having a sword, even though I'm intrigued by it, I'm not well practiced with it, and so
I see.
I need to get a sense of the feel of it, and so
So you're trying to make it your dedicated weapon as a monk. That's what you're trying to do.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay. So as you cross, you're just using kind of flourishing with it as you saw that how Sylvanora was using it before it got
Right.
changed.
Mm-hmm.
And you are how actually would you move with this? Would you move it like in a more aggressive manner, more flexible? What would you do?
Well, my typical stretching exercises that I do that mirror my unarmed combat moves, kind of like the like you'd see in Tai Chi, like a stylistic kind of form. I would try to incorporate it into a very defense oriented series of flowing movements, and trying to be like water as I flow from one stance to the next. So
Okay. Give me uh wisdom survival.
survival check.
Wisdom.
Right.
Is that just a straight survival? I forgot if survival was wisdom.
Yeah,
I believe it is.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. So rolled a 14 on that one.
14. As you are moving with it, you are fully dedicated to it now. It is a dedicated weapon. You are now proficient with it, and you start getting more of a sense of what you are wanting for the way of the cat.
Excellent.
With an extension of yourself. And with that, we will move on to the dongle and Glint. what is the dongle and Glint doing as y'all are soaring through the skies?
I mean, I think the main thing would be going like. Glint is gonna hate it, but going like up, like super high, to like try to avoid being detected from below. Just so high,
Above the
Mainly, we're
clouds?
and then just
soaring.
like circling for a while.
Are you going above the clouds or just very high?
I don't know. Probably like, I guess above the clouds if that's a thing I can do safely. I don't.
Glint might struggle. You're a giant eagle.
I mean, he should be. I'm large. He should be able to hold on fine. Is he gonna have to like make checks to stay on? Because I wouldn't do that to him.
As we know with the Goliath, y'all are 20,000 feet above the air. Like he's not able to handle it properly.
No. He can't acclimate. Oh, if
Can't
only you
acclimate
had that
properly.
ability. That weird ability.
If y'all want to hear about that, go watch our Mordecai's ranking.
Not out yet.
versus-
When this video
But that
goes up,
will
it's
be
not
out.
out yet. Wait, if you're watching this before that video, wait for it. But we all know that like 8 of y'all are watching this.
Okay,
Glint's just
so-
keeping his eyes closed and just like squeezing on for dear life.
Okay, flying above the clouds and soaring and flying. And y'all are above the clouds looking down at the city, looking very tiny. And y'all looking just like a normal tiny bird. What are y'all doing above the clouds?
I think he's keeping his eyes closed and clutching, and I'm flying. I think it's pretty simple here, Marshall.
Okay, so y'all are just chilling up there and circling for a while?
So
I can stay wild shape for, I want to say 8 hours, maybe 4. 5 hours. I can say wild shape for 5 hours. Oh,
He's
wait.
saying this telepathically as a threat to Glint.
So like you guys have all seen that meme where it's the two kids on the roller coaster. It's like the big sister holding the little brother's hand, and the little brother's like the whole time. That's how Glint feels on the inside.
It's that, except the big sister is also the roller coaster.
Exactly. Exactly.
Don't worry, buddy. I can fly faster than you can fall, so I'll probably catch you.
Oh my. Okay. How long do y'all circle above the clouds?
Some amount of time that is a little bit less than 5 hours. Or until someone else tells me to do something.
Our telepathy is going to run out in less than an hour.
Yeah, it's gonna run out in an hour, so.
I do think I let people know that like I'm headed to my gym if anyone wants to regroup there.
Okay.
I mean, I'll probably like fly like a roundabout way. Like I'll go over 1 or 2 of the other burrows and then come back.
Okay.
Glint
Or,
is
like-
not having a good time.
Probably not. But
He is not.
I'm experiencing the joy of flying, alright? So I'm a little distracted.
Would it make sense that the Tipplewinks might recognize Beef and go stake out the gym? As far as a rendezvous point, I'm wondering if that would be a little bit too on the nose.
Beef, you are pretty popular. You are pretty
Am I
well
popular with the mob?
Wow,
Well-
someone's popular.
Because I don't feel like those are the kinds of acquaintances I would keep.
That's fair. Remember, you all, when we started, y'all were all level 8. Y'all are very powerful beings. So
Like-
you are relatively well known, just like how you both were able to know Venora. But that's also because y'all have the 2 I was pointing to, I know no one else saw, is Glint and Dawn. But you all would be relatively well known, not to a high extent. They might not know exactly who you are, but they could get a rough estimate. But they might not know of the Ascendant Dragon, but there's a possibility they do. You would know that.
I think I can get there faster than they can.
That's
So
very true.
I'll still go, but like, and I'll still let everyone know, like, if you come, the doors are open. But I'm not necessarily expecting it to be the rendezvous point.
Okay. So Beef is heading to the Ascendant Dragon. Haukin is in Fesrik. Glint and Dawn are flying above the clouds.
I actually
Glint-
might retract that, because y'all talking about Beef possibly being known made me remember that I said something about I'm Dawn and I work with the Bocelli family, so maybe I should go warn someone. No, I still think they're just a tavern company, alcohol. I'm blanking on the words right now. Distillery?
Mob?
No.
Oh.
Marshall, that's the
no.
opposite of what I was going for.
He
very
specifically
does not think that.
That they're just a distillery. Yeah, it's a distillery.
They're just an upstanding, business in the community, who also happen to be, kidnapping someone.
Yeah.
So I think actually, I had the thought to change, and then on second thought, I'm gonna keep with what I said. I'm just gonna circle a bit and then go to the Ascendant Dragon.
Dawn hasn't talked to Fizz, so for all she knows, it was just some like real weird like public performance kind of thing.
That's a good point. While I'm in the air, I'll go, "Hey, Mr. Fizz."
Oh, hold on, boys. Yeah?
Hey, so like, why were they like kidnapping you or something? What would they want with you? And I don't get it.
They broke me out of prison. I don't know why they broke me out of prison, but then they put me in bindings, and then they were taking me to their their establishment.
Yeah, I mean, do you like brew good beer or something? I don't understand.
No. All I am known for is architecture. I'm very good at building.
Maybe they're expanding their business and wanted to build another tavern somewhere.
I don't know if that's what they wanted, but
as naive as Dawn is being, that is possible that they wanted you for your architectural ability. Like they might not be involved in what we're involved in, is all I'm saying.
I am known as one of the best architectures in all the Feywild.
I'm sorry, Beef should not know this. You're one of the best
architectures?
You're an architect.
Architect. My bad. Yes. Words are difficult. I'm one of the best architects in all the Feywild.
Your brother does that too.
There's a little bit of whiplash that after I heard a loud sonic boom.
A little bit. Do I need to try harder next time?
Yeah, that would be fun. So yeah, I don't know why they were trying to take me. They did mention the Fey Court, but that was about it.
Funny that
they might be involved in what we're involved in.
What?
So they might be.
What are you involved in?
Crime.
Crime. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm a criminal, technically.
That makes sense, given that you were in prison.
Those things would make sense. True.
I was wrongfully imprisoned, but still, I'm technically a criminal, so yeah.
I may not know a lot, but I'm pretty sure everyone who's in prison claims to be wrongfully imprisoned.
Well, my cellmate said he was very happy to be imprisoned, and he was purposefully imprisoned. But that's just him. Everyone
Sounds like
else
your
said they weren't
cellmate has a
supposed to be
kink.
there.
Yeah.
Possibly!
I'm just gonna say it. In a society that values punishment over reformation, everyone imprisoned is wrongfully imprisoned.
I like that. I like the guy that's holding me.
Are we not
Is
back
he
to
still
the
holding
gym by
you?
now?
Oh, you're still holding him even back at the Ascendant Dragon.
No,
I think he's just,
absolutely
just
not.
climbing all over you now, like one of your little siblings.
I will.
You gave him
tie
permission to
him
be
a
climbing on you, and now
chair.
he is.
You gave
You
him
know what?
puppies, and
If
now he
he's
won't
doing,
go down.
If he's doing that, I tie him to a chair.
This is what the other people did.
Yeah, if you treated
Beef.
them the way you're treating me, I understand.
Don't be mean to him.
I'm not a
Wait,
jungle
tall.
Jim. I'm a jungle cat.
Give him some corn snacks if he's hungry. Be
Oh,
a good
I'm
be a
so
good
rude.
host.
Do you want any corn?
Corn sounds nice. Can you cook it?
Get out of my. Try to cook it.
You'll try to cook. Thank you.
Okay. And I just leave him. I'm going to untie him, but I am going to before I untie him, I'm gonna spin him around a lot so that he's dizzy while I'm leaving, so that he can't find me. And I make him some cooked corn.
Okay. As that's happening, did Fizz answer all the questions that Dawn had?
She's not a very inquisitive person. I didn't have very many questions.
Okay. Glint, I saw that you were raising your hand a little bit ago.
Yeah, I know that the Feiche, I mean, the Feiche has all of the is in charge of the railroads. But like, would they have established safe houses while they were building the railroads?
Yes, you would
Okay.
know this.
Would there be any safe houses that I would know of in this area?
Roll
in
a
Yagaba.
roll a history check.
All right, come on, Glint. You have rolled terrible on all of your history rolls. It's a 13.
Okay. You know that there is one near the Dreamweaver Abbey.
Okay. I would relate
That is
that
over here for
information.
anyone else.
I would relay that information over the bond in a moment of non-panic, but then immediately go back to panic because I'm in the air.
Okay.
I would
Then-
simultaneously in the bond say, all right, we'll head there, and also caw aloud triumphantly and speed up in that direction.
In the bond, you caw?
No, that was the opposite of what I said. I said in the bond I'm heading that way, and then I say aloud I caw.
I hear.
Alright.
I do kind of feel like you should caw in the bond, though.
I already made the oh wait, I can speak normally joke, so I don't need to be cawing in the bond anymore.
Okay, so
Alright.
you both are heading towards the hideout at the close to the Dreamweaver Abbey. And what are you doing, Haukin?
Yeah, I likewise acknowledge with the through the bond that I can have that, but instead of trying to cross back over the way I just came, I'm gonna go through Hirschham and then back down to Yagaba.
Okay, so you're taking the long way.
I'm taking the long way, but I'll monk on it, so I'll still do it as fast as I can.
There is still this railroad, but it is slightly destroyed. And so you could still attempt to cross that. I'm not going to make you roll. You'll be able to make it. And after an hour passes, is there anything anyone wants to say to each other before the telepathic bond goes away? Nope. Okay. Then we will fast forward if no one has anything.
Nope.
Okay. We'll fast forward to Dawn, Glint, and Haukin all being near the Dreamweaver Abbey, and Beef being at the Ascendant Dragon with Fizz, while Fizz is enjoying cooked corn. Okay. So the telepathic bond is over. What are you all doing? Would Beef
Seething.
have gone there?
Do I think I'm gonna look out? Do I think that my place is being watched?
Give me a perception check or investigation.
No.
Okay.
So 24.
Perception.
Perception, yes. Yes, sir.
You don't see anyone.
All right, then
You don't notice anyone watching or anything like that.
Okay. Then I guess once Fizz has finished eating his defiled corn, then we'll make our way there.
Okay. You make your way over to the Dreamweaver Abbey, and you are all reunited at about 12-ish. 12 to 1-ish.
All right, so it's midday, huh?
Yep.
Okay.
You all have another half a day, 1.5 days left before y'all would have to perform the heist, according to Lysanthier.
All right.
What are
Ooh,
you all doing?
Quite a busy morning, friends. Mr. Fizz, it's lovely to meet your acquaintance.
Yeah. It's nice to meet you all, nice people who got me out of that weird predicament. I'm no
Indeed.
longer in prison. I was supposed to be there for another 200 years.
Well,
Caw.
we have we have a delivery to make with you now to reunite you with your brother.
Oh, you all did this for Tink?
Sorta, yeah.
Okay. Well, let's
We
go.
also
Need some information.
Wait,
yeah.
what?
Let's go see Tink first.
Oh, okay. Y'all need information though? Okay. As he's just asking inquisitively, while y'all are walking towards Tink's. Before y'all get
Do
to
I have a way of
Tink's,
calling Tink before we get there?
no, you haven't exchanged like sending stones or anything like that.
Okay.
Well,
I'm gonna do that when we get there.
Okay. Before you all get to Tink's place, an alley away, an alley, why am I blanking on the word? A street over, basically. Fizz is like, oh, hold on, we can enter from right here. And he starts messing with the curb, and you see him move like some of the curb and like hit some, lifts up the curb a little bit and clicks some buttons in. And a door opens, and y'all are able to walk in from underneath.
That's what I was gonna ask. As if he had a secret way of us
Yeah.
getting there.
That's cool.
Let's go!
I suppose
I
shall
built this!
unwild shape.
And
I imagine that we just
are-
hear Dawn sadly cawing to herself.
Absolutely. I just look down into the ground, just. Caw.
still trying to fly a little bit. Oh.
Just hops every
Okay.
couple of steps.
Arms keep flapping.
And Glint looks not as nervous as he was flying, having to go underground, but he does look nervous going underground.
You all are all walking, just still going down a little bit, and you all can assume that you are going into the underground area that Pink has. And you all make it into the underground area. What are all of you doing as you get to Tink and his uh, copper, not copper, uh,
Lead.
lead-lined room? In his lead rooms. What are you all doing?
I'm gonna kind of pull Tink to the side and be like, "Hey, can I talk to you a little bit?"
Yeah, what's up?
I'll see if Fizz wants to play patty cake while they're talking.
Yeah!
Why is
Patty cake.
why have you made this character choice? I'm basically first off, I'm gonna be like, "Hey, Tink, we should since you're like deep in this, we should exchange some information so I have a way of contacting you."
Okay, yeah,
But
here.
also,
Yeah.
and I know he's your brother, but you know he was in prison for a long time. Can we trust him with what's going on? Like, can we tell him what we're doing?
He's never appreciated the control the Fey Council has. He just enjoys building. If someone is able to convince him about building something, he will probably build something for them. But he's not one to tell people things, hence the burying multiple things in all the burrows. He's pretty secretive, but he's also kind of out there.
Oh, this is a little unethical. Hey, Tink, if you can keep a secret, do you want to renovate my gym?
I can't renovate. I'm not great at renovating. That'd be Fizz.
Sorry, I meant Fizz. Hey, Fizz, if you can keep a secret, can you renovate my? I'll let you renovate my gym.
As Fizz is playing patty cake. Yeah, what do you want?
I guess I explain to him what's going on. I'm still going to kind of, and anyone else, feel free to jump in here. Like I'm not trying to take over as the leader or anything. Just, I feel like we should still just tell him as much as he needs to know. But I'm just going to tell him what's going on and why we need him, like why we came for him specifically.
All right.
Do all of you agree?
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah, I'm on board.
Yeah.
We just need information about the construction of the Fey Court that we can use to exploit for our heist. Oh, wait, did I say too much?
When you say it that way, it sounds a lot worse.
I shouldn't have said that.
Okay, so you all are wanting to know the blueprints for the Fey Court building.
Correct.
Yeah, and any
maybe some
weaknesses
advice
we
on
can
how to
exploit.
exploit them. Yeah.
Okay.
Scratch that. I don't say weaknesses because I don't want to insult him. I say something else there.
I mean,
Special
he
features.
seems to have made backways into at least this building, so maybe he left a back way into the Fey Court.
No.
Did Fizz make this one or did Tink? And Fizz knew about it.
No, Fizz made Tink's place.
I guess
Fizz
that's
made
fair.
everything.
That makes sense.
But if anyone wants to give an insight check to that, they can.
No, I believe him.
Oh, okay.
I mean, Glint
yeah?
would.
That's a nat 20.
Yeah, he's definitely lying.
I know.
He made yeah. He made some, obviously.
I'm just gonna give him a mom look. He goes, no, I just
Okay. I made secret passages.
Mhm.
Wait, but you said you didn't. Which
I
one is
lied.
it?
I'm sorry. I lied. I'm sorry.
To think I played patty cake with you.
No, we can keep playing patty cake. I'm sorry. It was just as you're still trying to play and you're putting your hands in his butt.
Don has
But it
revoked
was-
his patty privileges.
They threw me in jail just for building it, and I couldn't tell them about the secret passages. Tink told me to keep that a secret for all the secret passages. I've made at least like 50. Not just there, but like around the whole city.
All right.
Are you H.H. Holmes?
What? Who's that?
Hey,
Could we,
Marshall.
could we happen to get a map of all of these?
That would be super helpful.
I could build a map for the city. So all of the places that like my blueprints, they're not actually blueprints, they're just scribbles. All of my blueprints are up here. But here, and he draws some stuff, and it takes him like a minute, and he hands it to y'all, and it's literally just a bunch of scribbles. Like, you even see like a swing set and a stick figure trying to swing, and it all over the city. You can definitely tell the difference between the boroughs, but some of them are not even the exact same shape. They're triangles, octagons.
You want a few more
Everywhere.
minutes to work on this.
Right. His design skills don't transfer to art skills.
This is what it is. That's what's up here.
Are you sure you're one of the greatest architects in the Feywild?
Don't architects
Yeah,
have to be like really detail oriented?
Well, so this is this is what stays in my head, but I had to hide like the actual bit because the Fey court with the Fey council, they would have taken it from my mind, and then they would have access to all of my blueprints. So it's all encoded, and this is what it is.
All right. So, are there any magic means, or maybe Tink has some way of helping, like transcribe or some other way of AutoCAD his designs.
He is just standing close to Beef, jaw to the floor, like, I don't. This is new.
Because I agree with Glint, having access to the secret tunnels all over the city would certainly be an advantage for us in our endeavors.
Oh, I just wanted to be able to escape anywhere.
Well, I mean, there's a bonus there, right?
If I can not blow up buildings, that's preferable.
I mean, Glint,
can
do you have any way of reading minds? Like, you're a wizard, right?
I don't.
I can still tell y'all about the building and everything. I can't draw it that well.
Did you encode it, or did the Fey Council encode it so that you couldn't read it in your mind?
I think I encoded it.
If you encoded it, you should know the decryption method. Otherwise, it serves no purpose to encode it.
Did you use an asymmetrical coding mechanism that you don't have the key to?
That sounds familiar,
That's useless.
but it was, I think, smart at the time.
I'm gonna say it. This guy's a terrible architect.
But I can still tell you all about the building.
It's the magical equivalent of making an email address, emailing all of the important documents to himself, and then deleting the email address.
So, yeah, I can tell y'all still about it. I just can't tell you about like everything. I could, yeah.
Okay. I did have one question.
Mm-hmm.
Can you tell us about the teleportation circle room?
Oh, which one?
I looked to the others.
All of them.
There's two. There's one that leads to the Heartwood, and the other that leads to I don't know where.
You feel, yeah. So
Okay.
both of them. The Heartwood is the one that we do know about, right? Because that's the public knowledge one.
Yeah, that's the
Yeah.
one that when I made it, I got to teleport to the Heartwood, and then I was told to make a lot of traps.
Oh,
All right. We need to know about the traps.
So that's the difficult part. I know there's traps, but I don't remember how many, but I know what they are.
okay. What are they?
So there's one that summons a dragon, one that summons 12 purple worms.
Okay.
I'm sorry, real quick. When he says that he doesn't remember how many traps there are, Beef's fist starts smoking. It's like he's he's patting it. He's not letting it catch fire, but his fist does start smoking.
There's lasers. There's an endless void where if you fall into it, you will lose your sanity. You don't die, but you lose your sanity. One of my workers fell in there. He's still in prison. Then what else?
I was so ready for Haukin to make some kind of philosophical statement about the
you fall
difference
into the
between
void.
losing your life and losing your sanity, and if there is one.
If one was already insane and we fell into the void, how would we be able to tell?
There we go. There's
If a tree
one-
loses its sanity in the woods and no one's around to hear it,
Did the Pope
does its mind break?
Yeah. So
Yeah.
that there's also one that just sends a lot of arrows at people. There's also a couple pitfalls. And there's, I think, 4 archfey constantly rotating around.
Okay.
So
I think.
maybe
But
using that
there's
portal is
there's
not
some
the one we want to use.
that one. I forget exactly how many, but those are the traps that I made. They might have added some.
Is there a way
But-
to deactivate the traps?
I know how to deactivate the summoning ones.
Okay,
Okay.
that's better than nothing.
I also know how to knock out the guards.
Okay.
Okay.
That would also be very useful.
You use a brick! It pulls a brick out of nowhere.
Get the
Okay. Is
Tink,
there
I've taken
something
you for
special about
granted.
them? Is there something
Sorry?
special about the brick? Fizz?
He hands it to you.
Okay.
It feels like it's emanating something.
Yeah, I was gonna say it looks like a brick, feels like a brick, but there is something more to it here.
Does it taste like a
what's special about this? Does it taste? It tastes like a brick.
It tasted metallic.
Like iron? Like it has iron mixed in?
Yes.
Okay.
You feel magic coming off of it, Glint.
Would he also sense the iron?
Oh, 100%.
It's like he's
It's-
he's like all of his hairs stand up and he just like scoots away from the brick.
There's more iron on this brick than in the sword that Haukin has.
Okay.
It seems to demonstrate a
will
lack of
definitely
understanding of what brick is made of.
It'll definitely knock out one person. You can use it once. It'll knock out an Archfey.
Hmm.
Those
Okay.
soldiers specifically. I used it on one of them before.
So can we get 3 more of this?
They confiscated the rest.
Where
I'm
did
sorry.
you
Did
keep
you
this
have
one?
this in prison?
Yeah.
Where
I'm
were
sorry,
Never mind.
Shane wants to ask so many questions of this, but it's good for the audience that Dawn wouldn't, because it would just be me berating Marshall about his world building.
What? I have an extra dimensional pocket.
So you basically stayed in prison because you wanted to stay in prison, is kind of what I'm getting.
Well, if I left prison, Archfey would have been summoned upon me. The people who broke me out killed, I think, 13 Archfey.
What? Arch?
Why are they not doing this job?
They had a lot of bombs.
And it was the Tipplewinks that broke him out?
Yeah, but there was
Maybe-
a lot more of them.
Maybe they
There
just,
was, I think, at least 200.
they probably just made a bunch of Molotov cocktails, since they're, just a distillery company, a brewery.
Yeah.
Don, sweetie, we gotta talk.
But yeah, so do y'all need to know more about the building?
Yes, we would
So-
love to know more about the building itself.
Everything
and the
you got.
places it's in and out of.
Okay, so the one thing that I was allowed, I wrote in a book about like the description of it. It's one of my best works. It's extremely magical. Its exterior is a mix of stone, wood, moss, and there are 2 giant towers on both sides of the big building, and there's giant spheres at the top of both of those towers, and they just are filled with fey magic. And then on the inside, before you go in, there's these 2 giant doors, and on both sides of those doors there's these stained glass, and as you walk in, you see the big area where court happens. It's there's some awesome trees, moss hanging from the ceilings, a big the stands circling around this central stump, and the stump is where the defendant would be, and all the other stands that are circling around it are where the 18 Fey Council court members are. And then there's the one in the center that's in the back of the circle. That is where the 4 leaders of the Fey Council are. And at the very tippity top of the building, there's a normal circular glass, but it sends down a rainbow-like effect on the defendant, keeping them in place. And then behind this big circular area, there is a bunch of foliage. So you can't see back there. They were very adamant about that. And then behind that, though, there are 23 doors.
Okay.
18 of those leads to the realm of the Fey Council member. The other ones, the 2 I already told you, there's 2 teleportation circles. One of them leads to the Heartwood. The other one, I don't know. I wasn't allowed to know. Then 2 of the other last 3 are for where a bunch of Archfey soldiers are at. And then the last one, I have no idea what's in there, but I know it's another demi-plane.
Ooh.
All right. So is anybody coming up with an obvious route to success for us?
I mean, hire the Tipplewinks since they're so good at killing Archfey.
Well, now that we've kind of pissed him off, I'm not sure that we can enlist their help.
The Dawn and no, actually not Dawn. Glint, you can give me a history check real quick with advantage.
That 20. 25.
Jeez. Yeah, you know that with Fizz saying that like 200 members of the Tipplewinks, that's over half of them. And they're all, the most of them are all dead.
Hmm.
So the Tipplewinks don't have like any more power. It's just like that group that you all were encountering.
That was
Some of the remnants.
that was their remaining power.
Yeah.
Oh, they suck.
They've had
And
some hard times.
Yeah, its name was Beef.
and
Yeah.
that's basically the rest of, that's how all the other mobs are. All of them have a lot of power, but if they fought, they would definitely lose in the end to the soldiers and Archfey. They would lose too much. The Tipplewink still, for some reason, didn't.
They also may have lost some in that building explosion that I have no idea how happened.
No idea.
All right.
But yeah, that's the basics of the building.
Okay. The teleportation circle room. Is that what's the distance from that room to the outside world?
The teleportation circle that leads to the Heartwood?
Yes.
I think it's about 400 feet.
Okay. And which direction would that be?
Roughly in all directions.
Okay. So is that in the center?
Well, so the problem is that the doors are constantly moving.
Oh.
Like
Okay.
revolving doors?
No, like they're constantly changing places with another. The only ones that know which door is which are the head Archfey, the Fey Council.
How do we know which door is the right door?
I don't know. That's been
Okay. So we're gonna have to play door roulette.
Is there a way that we could glean that information?
Who would know?
If
Like, is there a way to hack into the system or something?
Would Lysander
if
know?
any of the Fey Council could tell you.
Then why didn't he? I'm saying that, not Beef.
Well, okay, you all would know that they told you that they would tell you when it would be going down. Like, they would tell you the code and everything else that you need to know.
Okay.
Because they're constantly changing.
Okay.
Okay, that makes sense. I remember you saying that now, and it's been put into context now.
Yeah. Y'all just
Still
didn't
don't
understand
trust this
why
guy.
in that moment.
I feel like he
But
could
yeah.
have explained it to us.
Yeah, I don't trust Mr. Silverglade.
Same.
Silverglade?
Yeah.
I'm Team Cal.
Al. He's back?
We
Supposedly.
Yeah.
That's the rumors.
Oh. Okay,
This
interesting.
Skull City was on Oberlon. right?
Oberlin? Yeah.
Oberpon?
He's over at
Mhm.
the Statue of Liberty. Wow, I couldn't remember what that was called.
Oberlin is my favorite new Pokemon released in the DLC.
Is it a
Wait, is that
Pokemon or is it a
actually a
pal?
Pokemon?
It's Ogrepon.
Oh, Ogrepon. I was like, did I name a Pokemon? I did
No,
not
it's
mean
it's
to.
just very similar.
Okay. Well,
Oberlin is the Pal World version.
Mhm.
but yeah, so that's like the main things I remember. If I think there are some traps at the teleportation circles. If you don't know the code, I think it sends you to a plane that you don't want to be on.
So just by any plane. Got it.
Yeah, it's a plane that I don't think anyone could survive.
So just by any plane.
Yeah.
I don't know how I survive on this plane.
But uh the all of the Fey Council's individual doors are realms that I'm not certain of. They're ever expansive, from what I know. I wasn't allowed to enter.
All right. So we've got our work cut out for us. This will be a very enlightening adventure, if I do say so. Yeah. So who else? The entire populace has been invited to uh, to do this, and so they're going to have some sort of crowd control, right? I mean, it would stand to reason that that with all these traps and everything that that there would be, stay within the within the boundaries. Okay.
So you all would know of like prior events that have been held on the Fey Court Island. There's always Archfey like flying above the island. And there's always a limit to what you're allowed to pass. No one's allowed in the building unless they're being escorted for some reason.
All right.
Well, I'm the muscle, so I'm gonna let y'all figure out the actual plan and let me know when I need to break down a wall.
The patty cake tune was playing in repeat in Dawn's head. So she's also not going to be part of the planning.
Glint, I feel like you and I are going to have to nose goes.
Oh
Right.
no. Oh no. I'm the brains. Oh no.
You're the wizard.
You are the wizard.
I am the wizard. That's right. Okay. Alright.
Be the frog.
Be the frog.
Frog. Okay. Alright. Takes a deep breath. Cracks his neck twice. Cracks all his knuckles. Just like that. And flicks his wrist and out comes his magical quill. His book floats down, opens it up, sits on the ground, and he starts writing
Okay.
and drawing.
What are you writing and drawing?
The plan, which I'm coming up with now.
The SpongeBob meme of the very ornate THE.
Yeah. Okay, while Glint is starting to come up with a plan, we will take a quick break and we will be back with everyone shortly. Lou for a moment.
I was just about to remind you.
We're back.
That was what was meant when I said we're switching right now, like a minute ago.
Ah,
There-
I was
there's-
reading
Hi!
something right as you said that. Hello, everyone. We're back.
I hope you enjoyed that dead air for a bit there.
Yeah, sorry about that. So we left off with Glint starting to try and come up with a plan with all of this craziness from Fizz, trying to understand the garbly gook of what Fizz said. So, what are some ideas and thoughts from anyone?
All right. If memory serves, our original before we met the estimable Fizz, our original plan was to use high explosives to create chaos, and in the chaos escape. However, with more detailed plans, it seems like that would have been disastrous.
So, if y'all actually blow stuff up, that could if you were somehow able to make enough force to blow up one of the doors that separates into a different realm, that would cause some weird stuff to happen that I don't know what would happen.
I like
The
the sound of that.
what one of the things I could think of would be no more Faycourt Island.
I like the sound of that.
Would we have
we
time
get
to
rid of
get
all
out
of the
before we
support.
get caught up in that?
Well, so y'all said y'all are doing this when everyone in the city is going to be on the island.
Yeah.
So if that were to happen, I think everyone would die or be transported to separate planes of existence.
I don't like the sound of it as much.
When you put it
Most
that way.
likely transported. That did happen one time when I was building the teleportation circle. It broke and it caused a small black hole, not black hole, basically a portal, and it sucked everyone in, and we wound up in I think the astral plane.
A black hole is just a portal that very painfully transports you into the afterlife. So we do through Fizz, we do have a way of, or we do know of a way to, once we get to the island, cancel all of the summoning based traps, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Just making sure that I'm on the right page.
So there's I don't fully remember when or where it happened, but kind of as my uppies person, I don't know your name still, Mr. Leoman.
Yep. Name's Beef.
Okay, beef. That sounds tasty. Beef.
If you
You.
bite me, you will probably break your teeth.
I won't bite you. I'm not that crazy. That's my cellmate's job. Um. So
That's his job. Is being crazy his profession?
I
Would be
think
so
so.
good.
That's how. So I I remember kind se- losing an item in a game, and it it helped me remember things. Helped me remember my blueprints.
A game?
Yeah, it involved cards. dice?
Do you remember who you were playing with?
Uh, uh, it was an arch. No, no. It was a Loxodon. The yeah. The they're their investigator.
Was it us?
News?
Was it at the penitentiary?
News? No, no. It was a good few weeks before I got arrested. I don't know why I lost it to him.
Do you know where you were playing?
I think it was at the casino.
Okay. Are there any
No.
notable Loxodon individuals that Glint would know in the criminal world?
Same question, but for Dawn.
Give me a history check.
Alrighty. Come on, Glint. The 15.
I got an 18. Dawn just remembers faces better.
You the only reason why a Loxodon investigator sounds familiar is because of some recent texts that were read by you, Glint.
The newspapers.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Ring a bell about a Loxodon that is an important like underground person does not sound familiar.
Okay.
But
So that means they're with the Sylvan Sentinel or the Green Canopy Gazette.
Mm-hmm. You can you actually have the newspaper still. If after like sleuthing through those for a quick second, you notice that they're one of the main author's name for the uh the article that was painting Cal in a different way was at the Green Canopy Gazette, and his name was Tuscan Greyquill.
Tuscan Greyquill. Is there a picture of this Tuscan?
Yes. He was he had a picture in the most recent one that you because you read through multiple, you didn't just read that one. There was one where he was actually arm in arm with Fizz.
Is this the guy?
He looks familiar. That's me.
That is you.
Yeah.
Is this
I
Loxodon?
simply cannot with Fizz.
Is Tuscan a Loxodon?
Yeah.
Okay. We need to find him.
Oh. Uh. If I remember correctly, he worked in Rashomon.
Okay.
Okay.
I think we need to go find him to get your memories back.
Oh, okay.
I hate to say this, but we could ask Tink to use the skull. And in case that wasn't clear, Marshall, because I saw that look, that was Shane's voice, not Dawn's. So don't you dare reply in character. I saw that
Dare we risk it?
I don't know if it's worth it.
You don't hear any sound, but you see the where Tink is his bag of holding, just uh, the
The flap.
cover over the bag of holding, the flap flaps up, but like you don't hear anything, but it flaps up and closes back.
Mm.
So we need to find and locate a person. It seems like we've done this recently.
We have. We also need to start making the plan. Because this heist is in 2 days, right?
A day and a half.
Yeah, a day and a half.
Do we collectively have enough money to replace the skull if it's brought out and I break it?
I don't know. How much did the skull value itself at? I forgot.
I'm not
500.
saying that I intend to break it, but accidents happen.
Yep.
It may happen more when
500.
I'm upset.
When we collect the heart steel or the heartstone,
Mhm.
I would like to cast a spell on it. But that spell requires 10 minutes, and I need a lot of ingredients for it.
Mm.
But I don't we don't have to cast a spell on it, but I think it would be useful to kind of understand where it came from and how to use it.
Are you talking about legend lore?
I may be talking about out of character. I may be talking about legend lore.
Oh. Well, I first thought it was going to be non-detection, and then you said something about learning about it. And I was like, oh, it's identify. No, I was wrong both places. That's good to know. Well, someone, I want to say Glint. Someone has the vine of rope trick. So if we get it, you could immediately rope trick and then spend 10 minutes in there.
Yeah, but like something could come through the barrier.
Not if you pull the rope up. I'm pretty sure.
Mm.
If they can somehow get through the demi-plane.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Yeah, but they'd have to know what. They'd have to be able to find the demi-plane anyway.
Yeah.
Yeah, so as long as I pull the rope up, nobody can get in because they have to climb to the top of the rope to get in.
Yeah.
Yeah, this spell specifies that in some way.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
So, are we going to find Tuscan? Is that our next step?
I do feel weird about a Loxodon being named Tuscan. Just because that's like being named after a physical feature of his race. It's kind of like
But if he doesn't have tusks?
if he's a Loxodon, he probably should, unless there's a poaching problem in the Feywild. And I'd rather not learn about that. But it's kind of like an elf being named Earzen, if you think about it.
Names are hard, okay? I thought it sounded cool.
It does.
Isn't
I'm just
Tuscan a
being
type
mean
of
to you and
food?
dissecting it.
All right. So we have the makings of a plan, and we have a day and a half.
So I'm just gonna go ahead and ask this. I know that we got some information from Fizz for sure.
A lot of information here.
Will it be worth the amount of time we'll have to spend to track down this Loxodon and get the memories back? Or is there, and I'm not saying that there is, I'm bringing this up for discussion. Is there a better use of our time right now?
Well, I wanted to talk to him anyway because he has information on the rebels.
Okay.
The things I want to do, this would be out of character because any character Don wouldn't necessarily know all of this. The things I would like to do, I'm gonna have to long rest before I can do. So yeah, I have nothing going on today.
I'm also down a little bit of health, so
We could
short rest.
short rest here. Yeah, I'd get a wild shape
Yeah.
back.
Y'all could have already short rest with y'all's break in between these times.
No, we do it
Well,
here so that I can use my subclass feature again.
My bad. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's right.
well, then I'm gonna short rest.
So y'all are gonna short rest. Okay.
Oh, we have
What are you?
the lead boxes, so we don't need non-detection for the gem.
Y'all do
Sorry.
have a lead lined box that can fit the jewel.
Every time one of us says lead lined box, I sing it in my head to the tune of heart shaped box.
Okay. What are you all doing?
Is
Are
a box
you
in my
all
head.
with what Beef asked earlier? Do you think it's better to use your time not trying to go look for Tuscan, or going to look for Tuscan with your day and a half? Or
I mean, if it's important to
something
Glint,
completely
I'm
different.
down for it. I just wanted to bring up that as something to discuss.
Yeah, what I was saying about not having anything to do today, I was saying I'm absolutely down to spend the rest of today doing that. Because I don't got anything else going on today.
What about you, Haukin?
It seems to me that the most enlightening path would be to gain the wisdom and regain the memories. Mr. Tink and Mr. Fizz have been very helpful in providing us the info and intelligence that we'll need moving forward. So to me, that seems to be the most worthwhile use of our time.
Okay. In that case, where did you say that he was in Hearsum?
Rashomon.
Rashomon. Okay, that's all the way on the north side. So how are we gonna get there?
That is also a whole borough. We need a little bit more specific than that.
Yeah.
Uh, uh, I don't really remember where. I know it's near a lot of music and
He
colorful people.
he mentioned a casino before. Is there?
The Keyfire,
Where
yeah.
is the casino? I was looking for
The
it on the map
casino
and I
is in
didn't
here,
notice it. Okay,
It's in the upper right hand corner, or left hand corner.
that's not that.
In
Oh,
Hearsum.
yep, that is the word casino. I see that now.
Okay. What is Bacchus's playful menagerie?
That is a circus.
Oh, that's a circus. Okay. So music and colorful people.
Sounds pretty
All right,
circus-like to me.
Before we spin the genie's wheel, we have to go pickpocket the ring from him.
Yes.
And for those who don't get it, I am making yet another Baldur's Gate 3 reference.
Spoilers.
Okay. What is the choice? Are y'all heading up to Rashomon?
I guess so, yeah.
I guess so.
Okay. Am I coming?
Who was that?
No?
You're still wanted by the
Fizz.
Tipplewinks.
Yeah, perhaps.
And also by the Fey Court.
And by the fake
That's a
Court.
good point.
Your brother.
You might want to lay low with your brother.
Yeah, that's a
Yeah.
good point. Yeah.
We can't
As he
really
says
risk
that,
losing you.
He walks away, and then Tink comes up and he's like, "Okay, yeah, here y'all go. Thank you for bringing my brother back." And he hands y'all the 6 bombs.
So 6 bombs each?
No, 6 bombs in total. This is what I had left over. If I had more, I would have given y'all more for my brother.
You wouldn't happen to
Well.
have a bunch of ivory and incense.
I don't, but I know Ooh,
Wait, I have an incense guy.
Shopping shopping episode part 2. The glinting again.
There is
I also
the
sorry. I also just want to say before we move on too far from the short rest, I realized I should have brought Spike out because that takes a wild shape charge and then I get it back. So I'm going to have done that before the short rest. So he is currently out.
Got it. It at the Eldritch Emporium there, where Tink got all of his little skulls. There, they sell other magical ingredients.
Okay. Well, I'm not.
That's also that's on this street.
I was just hoping to bum off of him and get some, but I don't have the money to buy it.
I got you covered, Boo.
Oh, okay.
Indeed, I have some gold I can contribute to the endeavor. After all, we don't own things; things own us, and so I'd be happy to divest myself of being owned by the gold.
I'll pitch in if the ivory is ethically sourced.
Okay. I'll make sure to ask.
I was
going
gonna
to
say,
Oh dang, yeah, we're
If
going to
y'all are
talk to
really-
Loxodon. Ooh.
I was going to say, he's,
Ivory
I was
is,
about to
is
say, if
taking
y'all are-
way too much of a position in this episode.
if y'all are struggling, y'all could just be like, "Yo, Tuscan, give us some ivory."
Can I take your
Real
tusks?
bad.
Sounds
That would
like
be-
torture.
a tricky bit of negotiation.
Okay, so are y'all heading over to the Eldritch Emporium first? It's on this street. Or are y'all
Sure.
heading straight to Rushman?
I guess we can take care of that first and then head there.
Yeah, let's go to the Emporium.
Okay.
So I have 208 gold.
So you
And-
only need 92.
Yeah, so I will need 9 but I think like each one of those, like I think it's supposed to be 4 ivory strips worth 50 gold each. So that's another 200 gold.
Oh, geez. So
you
that's
need 450 total, and you have how much?
200. I don't have
I've
enough
got-
money. That's why I
I've
was
got
saying like, I think this is
224.
too much.
So, Haukin reaches into his cloak, and you hear tinkling metallic sounds, and he pulls out a stack of gold coins, and he says, "I seem to have plenty. How much do you need?"
I need a
And then-
total of 450.
1, 2, 3,
No.
I
4,
love this.
5. Yeah, so I've got 890 gold left after giving what's his name, Tink, the stuff for the sword earlier.
A lot of money.
I didn't
He's
spend
just-
any of it.
he doesn't buy things.
It's fair, I guess.
I thought I
how-
had a lot because I've got 700, but he's got me beat by nearly 200. So
How much would you be willing to put up for me then?
Oh well, my friend, if you have a need of it, and we could perhaps save this whole plane of existence and upset things that make things better for the average man, I find that to be a very enlightening endeavor. Take what you need.
Okay. In that case,
I'll chip in 100 just to spread out the burden on our purses.
okay.
I'm
and-
withholding until I know about the source of the ivory.
Okay. So I guess we'll go in and ask about the ivory first.
Okay. It is locked, but y'all are able to get in because of beef.
Because I
knows
don't know the
everyone
meaning of a
on-
locked door.
That, but also you know everyone on the street.
Yeah.
The Eldritch Emporium is owned by Thessaly Shadeville.
Thessaly. What a fun name.
That's a lie.
Thank you.
I'm gonna name my next dog that.
So you all are y'all are in. There's magic galore in here. A crap ton of magical items and ingredients.
Glint's eyes just like sparkle.
So,
Stay on task, soldier.
Hello.
Hi.
Hi.
I need some components for a spell.
What do you need?
I need 250 golds worth of incense, and then
Okay.
4 pieces of ivory that would come up to 200 gold total for those.
Okay. She runs off into the corner of the store and like starts opening some
Also,
things.
if possible, are those ethically sourced ivory?
Whatever could you mean by that?
He looks to the beef. It's like,
It's like it's me, Thessaly.
Yeah, beef? What?
You know good and well what I mean.
Well, these
We've talked about this.
I bought them from a vendor. The vendor is known to be a good person. They don't condone violence. So I assumed that they were acquired ethically. That's how I acquired them ethically from them.
Okay, but do you remember a few weeks ago when you said vendor and what you meant was illegal game hunter?
So that was a mistake when I accidentally tried to buy that animal. So that was I wanted a new guard because the last one,
You wanted a new guard. Why were you buying an otter?
Otters can be really terrifying, especially if I equip it with some of my magical gear.
That sounds like dogfighting, which I assume is illegal in this society.
No, it's a sentient. I was buying a sentient otter. And
that's
he said
slavery.
It was okay. He said it was okay.
Marshal,
that
didn't make it okay when it was the skull, and it doesn't make it okay when it's a sentient otter either. Just because someone's being okay with being sold into slavery doesn't make it moral.
It was a job. I was trying to pay. He was gonna get paid. I was gonna give him a living space.
This is the second time in as many sessions that Marshall introduces slavery into the world, and when we call him on it, he pivots to employment. This is the exact discussion we had with the skull last time.
It's a different person. So I was gonna give them a place of residence, food, money, and whatever else they wanted.
Look,
they're not stuck here. I needed a guard.
Were you gonna make it call you Massa?
No.
Look,
my name is Thessaly. The guy
Thessaly?
down the street's name is Massa. That's rude.
Thessaly, we're not having the slave otter conversation again. We got enough of that at the last street meeting. As long as the ivory did not come from a Loxodon/elephant that was alive at the time or was killed for the express purpose of taking it, we will buy it.
So I have some other ivory in the back that I know for certain. This one is one I bought from the another vendor. Do y'all need the ones in the back?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, please go get the otter one.
As she's gone, it's like, I'm talking to the HOA about her.
The otter, it would have had rocket-propelled boots and literal rockets that would fire at people. It would have been
make
awesome.
It less of slavery.
And some of the house slaves got really nice gear and clothes too, and they had some slave quarters. They were fed. They were housed. You are still describing slavery.
I am not. He was gonna get paid.
Buying a sentient being is always slavery by definition.
Isn't what you do buying people by paying them to work for you? It's the same thing. That's
I don't
what
have any
I'm trying to do.
employees.
Oh yeah, you
Isn't
don't. Well,
is
you know
nepotism
the
slavery?
other people. And she walks into the back as she's still screaming. And she comes back with some ivory. Here.
Okay. So I'm gonna put down 150. How much? Then everyone else can contribute as much as they want.
You got a
I'll
hundo
put down
from
50.
You got a hundo from me.
Yeah, Don said 100, so that's 250.
Mm-hmm.
And
Now we just need 200 more.
I'll put
Alright.
down 50.
Excellent. So I'll chip in 150 from my stash, and we'll have what we need. Bravo.
Okay.
Thank you all. This will be very useful so that we'll know what to do with the artifact once we get it.
50. Okay.
Do
690.
y'all want anything else?
I don't have any money,
Okay.
but I appreciate it. Unless anybody else wants anything else.
I mean, do you have anything fun for relatively little gold?
What is fun for you?
So I reach into my cloak and I pull out my wand of fireball and I say, this could use a recharge as I'm waving it around. It has one charge left on it, but I would certainly like to have it full of charges. It can hold 7.
That thing goes boom. Okay.
Yeah, it's quite spectacularly.
Well, something you could do to make it go, if you want to make it go, like, I can't add charges to it, but you could make it a bigger explosion if you snap it.
What?
Would it go immediately boom at my location?
On you, yes. Wherever you snap it, it's gonna go boom.
Interesting.
But it will be bigger.
What if we made a device that could, like a delay?
An otter to break the to break the wand?
Great, so now you're using your slaves as human sacrifices.
Well,
Cool.
otter sacrifices, but
Like Mr. Whiskers pokes his head out of the cloak and then is like, and then Glint just like puts it back in. It's like, no, you're not doing that.
That's a weasel. That's not an otter.
That's
Beef
good
just, like-
information. I'll file that away.
Beef's
And I
voice
stick
just
to-
like drops the husk of it, and he just goes, "This way, I'm not gonna lie, that's the most screwed up thing you've ever said, and the fact that you don't see the issue makes me so sad for your mental health."
Oh. Well, that would make sense. This is an Eldritch Emporium. My mind does get taken sometimes.
Well, I
Sometimes
genuinely
by otters.
think that you're a bad person now, and I think you have a lot of work to do on yourself. And Beef just walks out.
Okay. Is anyone trying to buy anything else?
No, I think Beef has the right of it. I don't want to be around this person
Okay.
anymore.
Okay. So you all are heading out after buying the ivory and incense.
So
Okay.
Beef has 2 things to say. First off, can we as a group agree to just, like, once someone starts defending slavery, can we as a group just agree to not interact with them anymore?
I think so. Yeah.
Second, I do think that she had a good idea there of maybe, like I said, we could talk to Tink or Fizz about maybe getting like some device that could delay and then snap the wand. If you are okay with that use of it, Haukin, it's your wand. But
I think that would be a quite quite ingenious use of the last charge of fireball, if it could be done, of course.
I pick up Spike. When he blows up, he doesn't really die. I mean, I'd still have to ask him if he's okay with taking it, because that's still kind of messed up. But like, he'd be fine. I'd just have to resummon him.
Okay. If he's okay with it.
I could so you know how I summoned the gargoyle?
Yes.
I can, if I have enough time, I can to cast that spell again. I can instead summon something that's immune to fire damage.
All wonderful ideas. I'm loving the creativity.
Yeah, I feel much better about that. I feel a lot better about that plan than, Spike exploding. So yeah,
That's way more humane.
Okay, so I will tomorrow. I'll make sure to have that spell prepared.
Mm-hmm.
But that spell takes time to cast. Like I can't cast it immediately, like most of my other spells.
The plot thickens.
Okay.
It takes a minute.
Then I guess we're headed to Bacchus's playful menagerie.
Y'all are heading that way. So, as are y'all trying to take like any specific ways to head there, or are y'all just trying to go like a long way where you could definitely make it safely without having to try to like jump, or are you just trying to go the quickest way possible and sometimes having to like jump across broken train tracks?
Oh, with each other's assistance, we can probably go the quickest way and jump over whatever needs to be jumped over.
I
down for that.
I trust them to help me.
Okay.
Which is a big step for him.
Everyone, I want 3 group.
How many places would we have to do it? Are you saying there's 3 different places we'd have to jump?
Y'all are currently in Yagaba. If y'all are going directly from the Ascendant Dragon and wanting to like head through the Fei Che, that is directly north. Y'all would go the same way that Haukin went, so through here, and here there's mainly 2. So it's at least 2, but the third check is also to maintain stealth while y'all are moving through.
If we went over into Hersham, we'd only have to do 1 bridge, because then the bridge up near Pygmy Posse is looks like it's intact.
That is true. Well, these 2, yeah, these 2 are the only ones that are messed up. So yeah, if y'all went up this way, it's only 1, and then y'all are perfectly fine crossing this side. So that's at least 2.
If
y'all are taking a long way.
I do know that the Fei Che would probably be the safest like area for us because those are my people.
Sure.
I can teleport someone else, so I can teleport Glint. As I can do that 4 times. So if I need to do it twice, I can do it. If I only have to do it once, then obviously I can save the other instances. But it's whatever y'all tell me.
Remember, I'm also asking group, so it's majority wins for the roll. If you fail, that does not matter.
Okay.
Well,
I'm also not good at acrobatics or athletics, so it would really be the monk/barbarians doing well, and then the wizard and druid kind of dragging it down.
Just like combat. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Someone doesn't ever want to be a T-Rex again. Oh wait, no, you haven't been a
Or
T-Rex.
be
I haven't been
healed.
one yet.
Or be healed.
Yeah.
All right,
Whatever
what
y'all wanna
checks are we
do.
making?
Okay, so are y'all making the checks, or are y'all trying to use spells or other things like that to be able to cross and not have
I
to
mean,
make checks?
If
Which way are we
fail-
going?
Long way or through Fei J?
Let's go through Feiche. They're
Yeah.
bunch of people. So
If
Okay.
like, can Dawn not just be ready to, like, if the check is failed, just go ahead and teleport Glint?
I may have to be next to him. Hold on.
If
Yeah, I have to be able to be touching the one I teleport.
if it's either one or the other, if you fail the check, then you just fail. The whole group is going to have to fail for it to something bad to happen.
I say we just go with the checks. It's
Yeah.
very likely that Haukin and I will succeed.
And if something bad
And-
happens, it's really interesting, right?
And if not, I can sprout wings and dash and get Glint.
I can also. I have Fate. I
That's true.
have Misty Step, and then I have Dimension Door. So
So
Worst
I
case
say we go
scenario,
with the
I'll tell you.
checks.
How
And we'll
how
be
long
fine.
I
would
will
it?
tell y'all, if y'all fall, you won't be able to have a reaction quick enough before you hit the water. Like, based on how the falling would work, you would not be able to use a bonus action or an action as a reaction.
and I don't
Does
have
that count?
Feather. I don't have Feather Fall.
or self
You're
fall or
gonna hit the water if you fall.
I mean, will water kill him?
That honestly depends. The bridge is honestly not that high,
You know what?
but there's
There's an easy
dangerous
answer
things in the
here.
water.
When I can stay wild shape for 5 hours, I'll just turn into a giant eagle again and carry Glint.
Return of
I can
Dongle.
just ferry you guys across.
Doggle.
We can stop worrying about this.
Okay.
Druid's OP.
Me, I
Okay,
probably won't wild
so-
shape much as this character. Also, me does it multiple times per session, multiple sessions in a row.
Okay.
It's
So are you
good.
just lifting Glint?
No, I mean, why would I do that? I can just carry him across, go back for the other two.
Okay.
There's no need for
So,
checks.
yeah.
I can just fly.
You just fly across. You can all choose to make a group stealth check still. You will have advantage as
Sure.
the bird.
I love how
But-
we just proved the validity of the Lord of the Rings meme about the why didn't the eagles just fly it in? It's like, see, right?
So the bird will have advantage, or we will all have advantage because of the bird.
You will all have advantage because of the bird.
Cool.
I
That's
mean,
a
if we didn't, I'd
14.
just have to waste a second level spell slot to give us Basilisk Trace. But
Mm.
I'll just take the advantage, not use another spell slot.
21.
And I'll just say it before someone in the comments does. The reason they didn't use the eagles is because the eagles were an older form of life that would have been more tempted by the ring to use its power. So it was actually better for the newer creatures, aka the hobbits, to carry the ring because they were less tempted.
And I'll for anyone else,
That's one-
for anyone watching,
one
I'll
more theory.
answer that, which is bullcrap. They could have done it.
Another fair point.
And the debate rages on.
21, 23. What about Haukin and
I rolled
Beef?
a 14. Did we get advantage on that? you
14.
said?
I would like to make a comment.
Advantage.
Elrond could have just pushed the man that had the ring to begin with in.
They absolutely could have used the eagles, but that's the reason that is given that they didn't. Like, lore wise, that's why people say they shouldn't have.
Okay.
Never read Lord of
So-
the Rings, don't care about it, but I know that much.
Okay. So
Can you even
what
consider
were
yourself
the-
a nerd or whatever you consider yourself to be if you haven't read Lord of the Rings? Come on, man.
I mean, I've watched all 5, or the first 5 Star Trek series, so I feel like that makes up for it.
Sure.
Fair.
So what were the checks with advantage?
14.
14.
14. Okay.
21.
That 21. Those will all succeed. You're all good. Crossing over to Rashomon, and you all start heading towards Bacchus's playful menagerie. And as you all are starting, is Dawn still Dongle?
I will be until we get closer to the menagerie, and then I'll...
Okay, so you're just flying above everyone.
Yeah.
Okay. So you're flying above. As you are all heading towards that area, you all begin to feel an earthquake and the ground shaking, minus Dongle because she's in the air. And it seems like it is coming from close to the playful menagerie off on another street.
If I fly up, can I notice anything wacky going on?
You fly up and you see a building starting to crumble.
Another one?
I fly back down and I tell everybody in Giant Eagle that. and then I unwild shape and tell them in English. I mean common. But I mean English.
Actually,
Okay.
in this world, common is Ukrainian.
What are you all doing after hearing about the building crumbling?
Well, this does make sense considering all of the damage that the city sustained over the past day or so. But
Yeah, what if we just ignore it?
That is very possible. Y'all could just ignore it.
You gotta love the D&D moments when it's like, when, to put it simply, DM goes, "Oh, look, a plot hook." And the players go, I'm good.
That sure is a nice mountain back there.
So, as a matter of grammar, Bacchus's playful menagerie would indicate some sort of creature compendium, and perhaps a building crumbling nearby. We should be on the lookout for unloosed or loosed animals that were in said menagerie. Just as a thought.
Yeah. As you all
Lions,
I'm not.
displacer
Are
beasts.
all of you heading over there?
Yeah, sure. That's where we're headed.
I guess so.
Yeah. So.
Y'all don't have to. That's up to y'all.
I mean, that's where our biggest lead is.
You have free will. Go ahead.
Okay. You all head over.
There's a three-headed goose.
We are moving over on Roll20 to a different area. On the road, you notice this building over here is crumbling down. I was not able to create nice buildings or anything. But you notice that the building is starting to collapse, and it has already started to collapse, and there's this giant fissure in the ground, and you just see a bunch of cracks starting to develop underneath the ground, and you hear a man scream inside the building as it begins to fall down. What do all of you do?
I should have stayed a Giant Eagle.
All right, I'll dash, use wings unfurled, dive in, and get the man.
So you are dashing. If I can. There we go. As you are dashing into the building, it is crumbling. You can give me dexterity saving throws as the building begins to fall on top of you.
How many?
You're going to give me one for now.
Okay, well, you said it plural, which implied to me that I was making more than one. But I see you mean progressive throws.
Mm-hmm.
That's a nat 20.
Okay. You don't have to make other throws. As you just dive through,
Teach you to
and
hedge your bets.
you see a Loxodon man trapped underneath some rubble.
I pick up the rubble and I move it.
As you begin to move the rubble, you can make me an athletics check.
On nat 20. Let's get 2 in a row.
That's a nat 1.
Whoops.
So I am going to
As-
use my inspiration here.
Okay. Auto success or rolling?
I'll auto success. There's not a
Auto-
great chance that I'll get a nat 20 again, so I mean there's a 1 in 20
Okay.
chance, but
Auto success, and you are able to move over all the rubble as you go to pick him up. He is a Loxodon. You are gonna have to make another athletics check
okay.
to lift him.
What are the odds? That's another nat 1.
Oh no.
You struggle lifting him up from all the rubble, and the building begins to fall down. And you notice, what's your passive perception again?
It is 15.
You notice a bunch of tiny creatures in a swarm moving around in the walls, and you see them jumping from the floor to the walls to the columns, tearing it down. And this is what they look like. Shift C? Yeah, there it is.
Oh.
Oh. It's like the Pokemon Dwebble if it were messed up.
Yeah, it looks a lot like Dwebble, and then you look at the limbs coming out, and it's like, oh, those are like Smeagol, like Gollum limbs.
The little eyes too are freaky.
Marshall,
You,
as the building is falling, can I respond by punching up?
you can attempt, yeah, go if that's the choice you want to make.
That's the
Go
choice that I
ahead.
want to make, and I'm going to use my Breath of the Dragon feature. So when I take
Okay.
the attack action, I'm going to replace this attack with, technically it is an exhalation of draconic energy, but can I flavor it as a punch of draconic
Yes,
energy?
obviously.
Um,
100%.
and so it's going in a 20-foot cone up.
Okay.
And I'm going to just go with, I'm just going to go with cold damage, just because that's the one I want right now. And every creature in that area must make a Dex saving throw. But I'm also wanting to see if I can like use the force of this punch to move things out of the way, since it is a cone.
Okay. So you know, if you're trying to also hit the creatures, like it is literally a swarm type creature, and it is in the walls mainly rather than outside of it.
Hitting the creatures is secondary to trying to get rid of the debris that's falling. If there are any creatures
Okay.
caught in the cone, they
So much
will
better.
like they are affected by it. But my main goal is to use the momentum of the punch to move things falling on us out of the way.
Okay, that was more so with me saying that to tell you, like statistically and like meta wise, that they are going to get bonuses to trying to save because they're in the walls. They're termites basically. Uh, and okay, give me that attack roll.
All right. Well, again, when I do this, it forces a saving throw. So do you want me to roll it as if I'm attacking?
Okay, it literally just makes the
Just
save. Okay,
replaces my
yeah.
attack with forcing a save. Now, I mean, I can still roll
Ah.
it as an attack. I'm just giving you all the information.
Yeah, give me an athletics roll.
Screw me over again.
Hmm.
Oh yeah, that's 21.
21. Roll the damage. Tell me how much.
Okay. The damage is not that much, but well, that's max damage, baby. 12.
Okay. You do 12 points of cold damage, freezing some of the rocks, going like full Superman, binding some of the rocks and rubble before they begin to fall on you. And the save is lower, but you're still going to have to make a dex save as you get him and start trying to get out. You do have disadvantage because the swarm is now also trying to stop you at the same time.
Okay.
But the save is lower.
Okay. So I need to make another dex save.
Yes, as you start trying to exit.
I guess the nat 1 cancels out the nat 20. I mean, that's fair. That's a 17.
17? That was with disadvantage?
Oh, I'm sorry. I wasn't thinking clearly. 15.
15? That still does it. You are able to get out, and as you get out, you notice another being that you could not notice before because they were not moving.
Ooh.
And that made them blend in with all of the rubble. And
The street.
I'll show everyone. There we go.
So while all that was happening, I pull out my wand of fireball again and say, "Friend Dawn, as we spoke about earlier, for your friend Spike." And I hand him the wand of fireball with one charge left.
All right, Spike, you up to a little exploding? I mean, this isn't your main, body anyway, so it really doesn't matter. But as long as you're okay with it.
So as you begin to exit, do you want to exit close, like heading towards the group, your allies, or are you heading in different direction or anything?
Yeah, I want to head towards my allies.
Okay. And you have Huskin with you as you are exiting. The creature, this Archfey, makes an attack of opportunity on you.
Bring it up. Oh. So technically, and Marshall, rule this however you want. Technically, I do still have an attack since I took the attack action, but only replaced one with Breath of the Dragon.
Okay.
So could I make a second attack as I'm fleeing? If you say no, I respect it. I understand. I'm just asking.
No.
Okay.
No, because you're surprised by him. You did not know he was here.
Okay.
You only notice him because you're passing by and he's turning with you to attack.
Okay.
There's a crit.
He says excitedly.
And
Oh, you don't know
Austin?
about my adamantine hide?
oh jeez.
Austin, do you
Oh, he
have
crit?
some barbs for that? Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, he's
He's
in range.
calling out.
Yeah, I
need
think it's
some
a 90
barb.
foot range. You're good.
Yeah, silver barbs.
Not to tell you what to do with your spells. I need to stop doing that. I'm sorry.
Okay. Silvery barbs. He will end with disadvantage. He will still hit, but no crit. And that's really good because if he did crit you with this, you would have been restrained automatically. As you see a giant earth hand come out of the ground and grab you, but it tries to grab you and it just smacks you instead. And you take
Oh, my
Giant earth hands.
HP is wrong on here.
several D10. That will be 20 bludgeoning damage as you get smacked by this stone hand.
Fortunately, I am not raging right now.
And who gets the advantage?
I'm gonna give it to Beef because he may need it.
Okay. As that happens, I'm going to ask everyone to roll initiative.
Roll initiative.
And that is where we will be ending for tonight with the start of this initiative round. What does everyone get?
15.
17.
20.
I also got a 15.
Put it all in
My
the
bonus
roll 20,
is a little
please.
better.
Everyone put your initiative in the roll 20.
It's in there, my mans.
I see Dawns and Beefs. Glint. I see Glints. Haukin.
Coming up. Actually, I don't see the
Do you see just the messaging?
Oh, over there. Okay.
So we got 2 15s from Glint and Dawn, a 20 from Beef, and a Haukin with a 17. And that is where we will be picking up next time on Heartwood Heist. Picking off.
Kicking
I
off.
will be picking you all off one at a time. We wish you all a great rest of y'all's night, and thank you for joining in.
Feliz Navidad.
See everybody.
Be enlightened.